Good morning and a warm welcome to all our guests, our esteemed panel and our partners in development, the Sasol Foundation and the Sifiso Learning Group. Earlier this year, we hosted a webinar following the release of the 2022 World Bank Inequality Report, which highlighted that South Africa continues to be the most unequal society in the world. Furthermore, the recent South African Climate and Development Report, also released by the World Bank last month, highlights the economic and social challenges we face, exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic and climate change risks. Today's webinar takes place at a crucial time when leaders from governments, business and civil society gather in Egypt for the 27th Conference of the Parties, representing the countries that signed up to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. And if there's one thing to follow on social media this week, it's definitely COP27, and in particular the discussions focusing on the youth and jobs for the green economy. Why is this important? Well, South Africa is increasingly exposed to climate-related risks. For example, in 2021, we declared our third national state of disaster for drought in the last 4 years. And parts of the country, and in particular KZN, were devastated by major floods in 2020 and again in April this year. South Africa is also a water-scarce country, and climate projections show a worsening trend due to rising temperatures and shifting rainfall patterns. The sad reality is that poorer communities, the unemployed, youth, women, and those living in informal settlements are most vulnerable to climate change. You may be asking, what has this got to do with our discussion today? And the answer is absolutely everything. Firstly, climate change exacerbates South Africa's triple challenges of poverty, unemployment, and inequality. And as social investors focused on sustainable and inclusive developmental opportunities, we believe that the interconnectivity between environmental and social dimensions is more important than ever. Secondly, the Presidential Climate Commission report has highlighted several recommendations that form part of the Just Transition Framework for South Africa, including several relating to education and skills development, such as investing in skills development capacity to deliver and develop new occupational standards, curricula, and training programs at scale with strong private sector participation, making targeted investments in the skills ecosystem where the workforce lacks the technological competencies needed for green jobs, planning and preparing for alternate modes of education delivery, with an emphasis on reaching the most vulnerable in the event of a disaster, and adequately resourcing schools, particularly those that have been marginalized, to improve teaching competencies and provide access to computers and learning materials. The third point I'd like to make is that an education system focused on access to quality education for all and aligned to country needs for the future requires the support of government, business, social investors, and civil society to not only address the learning losses as a result of COVID-19, but also to future-proof our system in response to new demands and indeed new opportunities. Investing in the education ecosystem from early learning to tertiary training and ensuring that we provide relevant skills that create opportunities for young people to participate in the economy is vital in addressing inequality, poverty, and unemployment, as well as a more sustainable planet for now and into the future. Our guest speakers today will be sharing valuable insights with us, taking us on a journey focusing on trends in the education sector, the future of work, and critically, coding and robotics as a mechanism for creating meaningful opportunities for young people in the mainstream economy, and of course, building the skills and technological competencies needed for green jobs. So once again, welcome, and thank you for joining us today, and I look forward to an engaging session with our guest speakers.